Pirelli.
All right, into this one here, MX2. This is going to be brilliant. We've got the championship up for grabs big time in this one here. Cody Cooper, the big lead in the championship. Can anyone stop him? And we've got a great start there from everyone. Gets away pretty cleanly. Only one gets caught back on the line. Hopefully nothing too drastic there. But this is going to be good. So we've got our major competitors all flying out the front. There's MX2, massive entries, over 31 entries out there in this race here. This is going to be something special to watch. So our MX2 championship, Cody Cooper got the decent advantage. He's got that out to over 25 points, so a very important buffer for him. And now we've got Hayden Smith with his second in race number 1. He will be in 2NZ at the moment. We've got James Scott right there, so the points are up for grabs. There's plenty of fights on our hands in these 20-minute frantic motos. And just even, like we touched on in race number 1, scoring points in this is a hell of an achievement, so we'll look out for it. It's going to be special as MX2 roars into life as they head over Yamalu's centre point for the first time. Looks like a good start, Ollie. It's our Team Green Kawasaki boys. Fabulous starts from those two, though. There we can see no update at the moment for our red plate. Red plate, Cody Cooper's buried. He's well outside the top 10 at the moment as he goes over centre point, so a bit of drama for him. As this is not the kind of field you want to be buried in the pack. This is such a talented field, so a bit of work to do for our points leader as he's buried well outside the top 10. But it is the CNC Pro Cup man, Ollie flying into the sawdust for the first time. There's Tyler Brown in second place. What a start for him. And then you've got Hayden Smith there in third place. There's Flynn Watts. So the two Pro Circuit Team Green Kawasaki boys, second and fourth at the moment. What a start for them. And then we've got Matic Dixon on the CML KTM. He's really handy to the pace, running in a good top 5 for him at the moment. And then we're looking out for Sammy Blunder on that Bissett Honda. He's running out around about 6th place at the moment as we watch them flying, ticking off yet one of these laps here in these frantic 20-minute motos. But look out for this one. Ollie leads ahead of Tyler Brown, Hayden Smith. Now Matic Dixon up into 4th place, then go back to Flynn Watts, Sam Blundell's there. But Carlin Headley, a great start from Carlin Headley. Davey Jordan's there, Dracula Law. And then look to Josh Jack, that'll be all the way down to about 10th place, I'd say. So 18th for Cody Cooper, so 18th Cody Cooper. A lot of work to do for our points leader as he is buried well in the pack. But the good news for him is Hayden Smith, Matic Dixon and the other championship rivals are buried outside top podium positions at the moment. So this is enthralling. And Cody Cooper 18th place, so that's going to be some kind of fight back on his hands here at the moment. But if anyone can do it, it's proven to be Coops all year so far in MX2. And absolutely loving his Bridgestone Alpine Stars Kawasaki. So a bit of work to do for Cody Cooper. Can he do it? Of course he can. Let's have a look at this one here. We've still got a massive 16 and a half minutes remaining.
Oh wow, what a race to unfold here at the moment. So, oh man, the drama. If we thought the Rotorua was hot, what have we got laid in front of us here today? Man, you've only got to go back to 125 racing and find 2 of the top 5 that are out of it at the end of the lap. Now here's an example of the red plate man. There it is, Mr. Cody Cooper, 18th place at the moment. We get an idea of this one. Has he gone 15? You know, you're probably finding it in the early part of the race, you'll make up the ground, you find it a little bit easier, but then it gets hard, and as we've talked about, the calibre of the race, incredible. The shout out for me must go to Tyler Brown. Man, struggled at round number 2 at Rotorua. It wasn't anywhere near the Tyler Brown that we know of. It caught up with the team this morning, understood that they had some problems and have rectified from last round, which is great to hear, and now it's starting to put them to good use. In fact, he's a very good starter, and we know that. As we look out, he should be still here in 3rd place at the moment, but I'll tell you what, coming up for a change, look out for the number 3, looking out for Hayden's on the move. Hayden Smith in for the flying run here on the CML gas, but it's still Ollie Air, go the Mighty Bay, Hawke's Bay rules, CNC profile man, it's Ollie Air out in front. The man, of course, been a bit of his professional time racing in the US of A, so he knows what big league is all about, he knows what pressure's all about, he knows how to ride, he knows how to race. This man's got it together and pulling together a brilliant moto. No fluke, of course, that he's out in front at the moment. 3 for Hayden Smith, and behind him go back to Matic Dixon, into the 144, Tyler Brown. Then looking out now to the Kawasaki near 22 Honda. How's that? Where does that kind of thing come from? Wicked to watch. How cool. Oh, Flynn Watts, of course. to get there as well. That'll be an update. That's a more accurate one. So 22 to go with Flynn in our MX2 lineup. So keep look out for him. The man on the Pro Circuit Kawasaki race team, Max Gear, White's Power Sport, Flight, Leott, Shoei, Bridgestone, Guts Racing, Motomux, supported man. That's T-Book, who's Flynn Watts, of course. A real apologies on behalf of the organisation that we did not acknowledge Flynn for his third placing in the under-19. So remembering in this MX2, you've actually got a subgroup with our under-19s as well. So that's where we've got our young kids in this class. So we sort of, for a long time, thought, well, effectively young ones coming into sport are on 125s, but for those that want to step up to go MX2 racing and be in it, we want to give encouragement. So the subclass is to have that MX2 and the under-19s, and Flynn Watts acknowledged with his third place at the previous round, and unfortunately that was an error on our part. We make a full apology for that, but we'll give him the credit in publicly advertising that he was third at the Rotorua round. So good to see him, and that is sensational to see. And there's another hot shot, Brad. So if you look at Flynn Watts and also 144 and Tyler Brown, remember, think of those kids in their heyday of junior motocross now started to come to fruition and putting in some good performances in their early years. They're still only schoolboys after all in racing here now with MX2.
Oh, this is unbelievable stuff here at MX2. We've got Cody Cooper still struggling to get himself back into the top 10 here. We've got James Scott, who's hanging on to 10th place. So just like we said, just the pace of this top front group, if you don't get a good start, you just got no chance. So Ollie, who's still hanging on to that first place, but Hayden Smith piling on the pressure. We've got Matic Dixon still there, third place. So go Matic in a fabulous campaign he's having so far. He's well and truly in command of that under-19s championship. So that's good stuff for him. Then go back to the two Pro Circuit Team Green Kawasaki boys, Tyler Brown and Flynn Watts. This is fabulous from those two. And then look out, Sam Lundell, Jack Trelaw having a great little fight. And there is James Scott. So James Scott there, I reckon that's going to be about ninth place for him. So a little bit of action here as we see the new race leader. So Hayden Smith in charge of this one here. Ollie here now, Matic Dixon, that's your top three. Tyler Brown still there in fourth place. Flynn Watts, Jack Trelaw. There is James Scott. So James now is charging. He is the one who's third in this championship. He needs to try and maximise all these points ahead of Cody Cooper if he wants this fight to go late in the championship. It's already Cody with a race in hand, and he's now in 12th place with the fastest lap of the race. So Cody Cooper 12th place and the fastest lap of the race. So James Scott 7th, Cody Cooper 12th. This is going to be all on. We've got a massive 12.5 minutes still to go.
I'm just loving this one. This is something we have not seen. We've not seen the performances here. A few standout riders. First of all, you've got Ollie here. We watched Ollie pull off some great hole shots last week at Rotorua. Now here he is up to keep that going for a few laps. We've now got Flynn Watts in there. We've also got Tyler Brown. These are, three guys, for example, in some of the racing last week were well outside the top 10. Now they're turning up, and they're turning up to race. We're just tipping this class upside down. Man, oh man, you've got quality riders in this lineup that have struggled to get some good performances together. So wow, we are looking so positive for our sport, and it's all about consistency. Man, these guys have got to stay there. One race wonders are great for the little bit of glory you can achieve right there and right then, but they actually put it together and get it again and again and again is the secret. And maybe this is the catalyst for these guys to do it, because between Flynn and Tyler, this is a wicked performance for those Kawasaki hotshots at the moment. So bring it on with more great racing. Loving the underdogs, loving the teenagers that are all doing it. These are the kids, these are the future. In 5-10 years time, these will be the big names we'll be talking about in the sport that will be vying for national championship glory, and hopefully to do it for a long time. But here he is, former national 125 champion, ex-tie happy man, Mr. Hayden Smith, on fire and out in front of the field at the moment as we look back to Ollie here, losing nothing on this one, as we then take our update and looking into that third place of Matic Dixon, and then the Kawasaki twins in there looking for, in fact, looks like might have somebody that's coming between them there, still with Tyler. Here he goes on the 144, and now look at those other boys. Flynn's back there. Who have we got? Who's moved up? We've got a Yamaha. I think it's James Scott. Is that James? I think it might be James Scott that we've got that may have moved up there. So looking out for them. There goes Ollie. There's the bike battle in there. Here's the 144. And yes, there it is. 108 confirmed. There he goes out there. JCR Yamaha hotshot. That is the Operation Mega Papa Angus man, Mr. James Scott. That's better. James has not even fired a shot really at this round. Brad didn't do it for qualifying really with a sort of a dominant performance like we could have expected. We saw Rotorua, he came on stronger and stronger. but maybe this is his catalyst at the moment. Who knows what he could do from here? And we're talking about all these riders, but no Cody Cooper. Remember him, his Cody was desolate back in 18th place. Let's get an idea at the end of this lap where he has got to 10th place, by the way, 10th place. So, yeah, he went 15, now he's gone 12, and I think that's 10 now for him. So, moving up, Brad, how many places can Cody do from here?
Well, we're only halfway through this one. We've still got 10 minutes to go, so anything's possible when you're talking about Cody Cooper, and he is desperate to try and capitalise on as many points as he can get. He's got that decent advantage over Hayden in the championship, but with Hayden out in front, this is not what Cody Cooper wanted as far as that championship's concerned. Hayden Smith, the only man to have unseated Cody for a race win in this campaign, and he's absolutely flying. So this is brilliant from the CML Gas team. Hayden Smith flying. Ollie here doing a wonderful job, still there in second place. He's getting hard pressure put on him by Maddock Dixon on that CML KTM, so that's a good performance on the cards for Maddock. Then go back to Tyler Brown, who's got James Scott right behind him. So Tyler just making the mistake as they come out of centre point, so unfortunate stuff for him. That will give the fourth place run to James Scott. Jack Trelaw charging hard. He's now up into a quality fifth place for him. And there's Coops. So Coops now well inside that top six there as he looks to put Jack Trelaw at his side. So Cody Cooper, he's starting to come strong right in the mid part of this race here. Meanwhile, on that unfolds Hayden Smith. He's streaking away. He's got a massive advantage. Go Hayden.
Oh, yeah, in the fight for second and fight. Oh, look at that, moves across and tries to put in a pass there. Does the blocking. Can he get the advantage? Oh, and the look back. To see the stand, the look back. Yeah, I'm dominating that one. Yes, indeed. Good to see. Maddock Dixon, he's on fire here at the moment and giving Ollie that stare, did the beautiful cut-off pass for him to steal a show. And then he got out there and got him fired up, and he's done that look back and said, hey, mate, I've got you, I've got you. He too on that impressive Fox gear and going racing today as we look out for the charge. So Ollie can still take a huge amount of pride. He might have led on lap one. He almost led lap two. He just surrendered it here, but he's then held that for a couple of laps and now gone back to third place. I honestly, from here, don't expect him to go back any further. I think he's looking good for that third place. Maybe that's the podium. Look at the podium right there. Can James Scott come through? Cody's up into fifth place. I did not expect to see that. I thought only an eighth to go from here. He's on the move, Brad. He is coming, and we're back here at a 2:16. A 1:95. Cody Cooper, the fastest man on the racetrack, proved it in that lap. Cody is coming. 3 words.
Unbelievable. So up into the top 5 already. He was well outside the top 15 after lap number 1. Now he is flying. So he's got a bit of a clean track ahead of him. James Scott's just up the road. So anything's possible. And don't rule Coops out for potentially a podium. We've still got a massive 7.5 minutes remaining. Hayden Smith, what a performance. He's out and gone. Maddock Dixon now, he's comfy in second place. There's Ollie here now. He will be under pressure in a moment's time because he's got James Scott, Cody Cooper and Jack Trelaw charging in behind him. We've still got Flynn Watson there behind them, and Kobe Burke now starting to get himself into this race as well. So our top competitors, like they say, the cream has risen to the top, and now we've got 7 minutes to decide all these pivotal parts of the championship. And this is, when you look at championships, you always think about the race wins, but really these are the moments that count as far as the championship's concerned for Cody Cooper. If he can maximise this shocker start and get into that top 4 or 5, he'll be going a long way to making himself MX2 champion.
So cool to see. Man, oh man, New Zealand motocross has come alive, folks. Not that we thought that it was dead, far from it, but what a series, what an update. No event last year due to COVID. The year before was the year in between the first wave of COVID and the second, and we were sort of a little bit flat in the sport, and as we were, the country was flat, so too was our sport, to be reflective of that. But man, everybody's come out of it. We got fired up. Everybody's really realising that you can be a champion. You know, it is no longer one person to own it. Anybody can do it. And when you've got an MX1 class like we have that have easily got 3 names, if not more, you got a women's class with 3 names, if not more, you got an MX125 class that's got 5 or 10 names and not more. Same in this lineup as well. So, you know, anybody can say, I can win a race or get a top 3 placing. So they know they've got a chance. They put it on more than they've ever before. Once upon a time, you'd sort of get into a 4th place and think, oh, that's just where that rider seems to be, and that's where they, in their own mind, think they'll be. Everybody now knows they can put it on. And when you've got Cody, and this fired-up Cody Cooper, doing an MX2 class that he's never done before, after all, he's a former 125 champion and 9 times MX1 champion, but he's not won the MX2, and he can really get a sense of it and a pride in it, and to prove that he's not infallible. He can make the mistakes too. It's not a perfect race always, even though he's completely dominated, but he's fighting his way back. When you've got into the top 5, that's incredible to think that he was so far back. In fact, 18th at the end of that first lap. So an incredible fight back. And a problem over here for one of our riders to the infield, and just looking, that's your man. I think that's your man, Seth. Bit of bad luck over there. Not quite sure what's gone wrong, but bad luck to Seth over here as the bike is parked at trackside, and he looks to be A-OK. Much better when it's a bike problem rather than a rider problem, so a bit of bad luck. Always hate that. It's almost like a tear in the eye when somebody goes to the infield. Brad, the excitement continues. What an awesome moto.
Oh, this is unbelievable. So you've got Hayden Smith leading this one, Maddox Dixon in second, and look who's got himself in the podium. Cody Cooper's up into third place. He has absolutely nailed it. So he's got still 4.5 minutes to see if he can reel in Maddox in second place. It's quite a decent margin back to Coops there, so it will be a challenge for sure, but man, I wouldn't have thought Coops would be in podium contention after being in 15th about 3 or 4 laps ago. So what an animal, and he is flying. He's just about to go into the sawdust section. Ollie here, good ride from Ollie on that CNC profile counting machine. That's him in 4th place. We then go back Jack Trelaw on the Jeff Scott Electrical race team. That is a good showing there. And then also Kobe Burke, shout out on the Moto Best Build Honda. So our top competitors going at it well and truly. What a frantic pace these guys have set. But Hayden Smith, 9.4 second advantage in this race, and he's got just about 4 minutes plus a lap remaining to hang on to it. The interesting one will be seen there. Let's have a look at this buffer here, because Maddox Dixon's going to cross the line in second place. And let's have a look at the split time back to Coops in third. So there it is. Maddox ticks off another lap in second place. There is Coops coming through in third place. We'll have a look at that split time, and it's just on about a second, so around about 1.2 seconds. So that's the gap between Maddox and Coops. Can we see something special from Cody Cooper, who was dead and buried in this pack with a couple of laps into the race, now well inside the podium? So unbelievable racing, and like I touched on, just 3 minutes left in this race here. Hayden Smith is gone. He's in line for his second win of this campaign, and with James Scott slipping on that last lap, this will be going a long way towards Hayden Smith going to 2NZ. You'd have to feel, Neil, with only 1 race today and 2 races tomorrow remaining after this one's finished. We're running out of time to score points, and Hayden Smith's making it count at the moment.
Exactly, Brad. After this race, only 3 to go. 1 today and 2 tomorrow. You know, when you word it that way, to think we've already had 7 leading into this, with 3 at Balclutha, 3 at Rotorua, and already 1 today. So this is the middle race out of today's 3. Had 1, this one, and still 1 to go for the final round. But it's the fact that there's only 2 tomorrow. So, if you haven't started to make your moves by now, you need to. And, Cody, 3rd place. That is awesome. So as much as he had a reasonable lead, in fact, we'd recalculated that because he'd ended up with that 1st place, remembering Hayden got the 2nd, so he'd gone from a 26-point lead in front of Hayden to a 29-point lead, I think was the way we'd worked it out, I think from memory. Yeah, another 3 on, so 29 lead, and now over Hayden, he's only going to lose 5, so he's going to go back to 24, would be. So if he can win that next race, Brad, today, he's then got another full race, so he'll only need the 1st race tomorrow to win the New Zealand title, and we'll bring the house down with that one. So if you can't make it tomorrow, folks, remembering Ctas Live, find out all about it, and you can follow the racing while you're at home, while you're out on your phone, while you're on your device, wherever you may be that forces you to be away from motocross. We know you can still keep in touch with what's going on. Or if you've not got that position to do so with seeing a screen, of course, you can just get the Speed Hive app and follow your race results and look for the overall, because MXT bringing you the quality updates that you can find out about what's going on. We love Ctas, you will as well, given the quality of the coverage. And you've got to go and view the Ctas this week just to look at the end of that MX1 first race alone, and that collision, absolute collision. And exactly like Hamish says, I put it down to racing. There was not a malicious intent in it, far from it. He saw the line, he went on the inside, he was low. They did not even actually touch in the body or in the handlebars, they actually touched in the wheels. It was so low with the point of the bike. It was not malice, far from it. It was beautiful racing, and you'll love it to see those kind of incidences. So check it out. Ctas giving you the quality to watch it. Brad, for this racing at the moment, they've just sort of got themselves slotted in. What about the rides? Ollie Year, the Paul Trelaws in there, the Flynn Watts in there, the Tyler Browns in there, all riders that have not necessarily had a big and positive race until this one, a telling point for them.
Oh, it's a fabulous series, this MX2 campaign. It's been brilliant, and the man in front of this one here, Hayden Smith, I can't speak highly enough of this performance. What a machine. He's flying over centre point now. The clock's got 20 seconds left on it, so that'll expire before he comes around again. So the white flag will be ready to go in about half a lap's time. That's going to be Hayden Smith. He's got a 9-second lead over Matic Dixon, who's now under a little bit of pressure from Cody Cooper, but I think with a lap and a half to go and the speed Matic's on, I think that may just about be all she wrote for that podium. We'll have to wait and see. And then look out, Ollie here doing a wonderful job there. Jack Traw, he's up ahead of him, and then goes Sam Blundell as well. Another one of those campaigners that's just getting stronger and stronger as this championship unfolds. So shout out to the man on the Bissett Honda, and good to catch up with mentor and helper Mark Anderson here this morning. So that Sam Blundell race team on Bissett Honda machine, just fabulous to see where they're getting to, and getting better and better as every outing on the track.
Out for this Ctas coverage, keeping an eye on all of these stars. Here's the 1-2-1, the man in the red plate, as we call it. The red plate means you are coming into the round, you were the points leader, so you put the red background behind those white numbers. So it sort of just picks it up as a point of difference that when you look at all those riders, only the race leader to have the red plate advantage. So there you go, or the points leader, I should say. And here it is. Oh, look at that. See, just a folder. He's got Matic right behind him. It is a white flag. He's got one lap to go. I think he can do it, folks. He'll be strong enough to do it. He'll be determined enough to do it. Look out for Cody Cooper. He can get there for the second place. I don't think he'll get first. Don't worry about that. That's Hayden Smith, the main. He's owned it and borrowed it. He is 9.1 seconds out in front. That is fine. It's that fight for the second place, because Cody's got that man, Matic Dixon, right in his sights and right in front of him. He can touch him. He can almost feel him. And I'll tell you what, the reason that I think he can do it is because when he came over that penultimate corner here before the finish, when you picked up the coverage on Ctas, he'd lost a little bit of balance and just had to quickly flick his leg out the side to gain his balance and gain his composure and get back on the gas and get back racing. So he is throwing it on the line. When you're out there and riding rather than racing, you don't find those little mistakes to be made like that. So he is on and he is focused at the moment. He's going for it. Brad, can he do it?
Oh, there's nothing in it there at the top going through rapids at the moment. Hayden Smith, he's gone. They won't catch him, but this is going to be all on here for another half a lap. Can Matic hang on? He's got the 9-time MX1 champion breathing down his neck at the moment as they square it up that awesome Daytona corner, and then they fly over the little double on the way to Yamaloop centre point. This is going to be an enthralling half a lap to keep an eye on. Then Matic Dixon on the CML KTM, Cody Cooper on the Bridgestone Alpine Stars Kawasaki. There's nothing in that one there at the moment, and that is all important championship points on the line. If Coops can get up into second place, it'll go a long way towards cementing his stronghold in this championship. But if he's going to do it, he's going to have to do it the hard way, because Matic Dixon's been riding absolutely amazing today. But this is going to be good. So Hayden Smith enters the sawdust for the final time here in the second race of MX2. They've got one more later on this afternoon. They've got two more tomorrow. So after this one here, only 3 more opportunities to score championship points. And this is going to be a mighty fine feeling for the man from formerly of Ty Happy. Now lives up in Auckland, where he has his CML Gas race team at home, and he loves it. So he's got a couple of quarters left to go. Matic Dixon, his stablemate on the CML KTM, that's second place for him, and then Coops in third. Let's see if it's going to change. I don't see it changing at the moment as Hayden comes over Maxis, and he's going to square it up and get the checkered flag. That's a race win for him, his second of the campaign. And here is Matic Dixon, so he's going to hang on. And that is a big statement in MX2 racing for him to hold out the points leader and round out the podium there for Cody Cooper. What a performance from Barrett. Outside the top 15 on lap number 1 to come home on the podium. And he will remain our points leader in MX2 racing. Here's Kobe Burke. He's going to come through and round out 4th place. That was a hard-charging performance from him, as he was outside the top 10 for most of that moto. And then go home with Jack Trelaw in a quality 5th place. Ollie Ear there will come home ahead of Flynn Watts and James Scott. So that'll wrap that one up there, all the way down to about 9th place. Looking out for Sam Blundell of the Bissett Honda. He's there as well for rounding out the top 9. Joshua Jack on that LMC Husqvarna, he'll round out the top 10. Tommy Watts, go Tommy Gunn. on that PWR Yamaha race team. That's 11th place for him. And then Tyler Brown will round out our top 12 on our Pro Circuit Team Green Kawasaki machine. So we're fabulous to see. And we've taken some of those championship points in the middle of this class and shaken them up. And it's going to be fabulous to see. So only 3 more chances to score points remain for MX2 Racing. And it is still firmly in the hands of Cody Cooper, this championship. So let's cross down to Neil, who will have our podium. It's going to be jubilation for Hayden Smith, who gets his 2nd win of MX2 campaign this summer. And he's joined with Matic Dixon and Cody Cooper. Over to you, Neil.
Yeah, nice to be back here. Just having a catch up here with Club President Bevan Wheel from Sign On, and Wheelie, a big smile on his face for the club, and so he should be. Look at the crowd in here today, look at the racing in here today, the calibre of the event, the calibre of the organisation. Big shout out to MNZ, the governing body of our sport, of course, Motorcycle New Zealand, that look after all the facets from road racing and trials and enduro and motocross. Everybody's concerned, so fantastic. Well done. To our Commissioner Lindsay, shout out for the magic work he's done. Let's get our podium up here. Has Cody joined us? Probably not, because he's going to put together that next moto, so well done to Cody. 2nd place to Matic Dixon as we get Matic up here, and a sensational second. Man, he was under pressure. I tell you what, if you think that cabinet ministers under pressure in government, they got nothing on what these guys are doing. And Matic, nice to see you back here, matey. You deserve that one.
You know, like, good result. I don't think I'm right into my potential. So.
You're knocking yourself, mate. Come on, take your credit when it's due.
Yeah. No, like the result was good. It's just, you know, I need to put all the pieces together, and you know, it's just what it is. But I'll keep learning.
You'll keep learning. Congratulations, well done. And what about that victory? Let's hear it, Hayden Smith. How good is this today? Former 125 champion, of course, and for the fact that he's got another quality result, mate. That was your first podium with MX1 earlier today, Hayden. You've stepped up from that 125. It's now MX2. I'm looking at you, mate. That was one solid moto.
Yeah, it definitely makes it easy when I get a decent start. I could see the boys sort of gaining in the last 2 or 3 laps. I had an eye on them, so I just thought, good chance to save some energy for the next few.
Well done, matey. Let's give you some energy and get up on that podium, and let's get that shot here, because it's deserved from all the crowd here. Let's hear it. Yeah, nice handshake. Good on you guys. Well done. Yeah, CML Gasket, CML KDM. What a team. 2 great riders, some great bikes out there. Well done, guys. Thank you. Apologies from Cody, folks. It's not as if he's not here. Remember, of course, he's up for that next moto, so he's straight back to pits, off one bike onto the next bike. We understand that. It is not a problem for them. So great to be here. Loving it today with Penny Homes, homes to be admired, building more homes in Taupo in the last 30 years than any other building company. They are #1. We're proud to have them on board as our main sponsors here. In conjunction with Aon, Fox and Pirelli, we're pumping it up for more great motocross. Coming at you with Ctas Live. Thank you. You're just making a call for Luca Fremantle. Could you come to the club rooms, please, Luca Fremantle. Luca, could you come to the stewards in the club rooms? Thank you, Luca.